In the 20th century, hundreds of different kinds of animals have disappeared from the wild. This is the story of one of them. The common image of a rat is of a dangerous, disease-ridden rodent. The bulldog rat, although given a rather mean-sounding name, represented the alternative image. No ferocious carnivore, this gentle vegetarian lived on Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean. Located 320 kilometers south of Java, this coral reef, with a volcanic core, rises to 360 meters above sea level and is covered with tropical jungle across its 100 square kilometers. Foraging at ground level among the tree roots, the bulldog rat was often found in the remote hilly interior. There it found its habitat heaven that supplied an abundance of food in the form of fruits and seeds. Although the bulldog rat shared its habitat with another rat known as Captain McClear's rat, there was plenty of space and food for both, enabling a harmonious relationship between the two. The bulldog rat was extraordinarily large, measuring up to 42 centimeters long. Its strong, broad claws, like these of the giant pouched rat from Belize, were perfectly adapted for digging up roots and holes for nests, spending most of its time at ground level. This successful, stout bulldog of the rat world was in no immediate danger of dying out. It had found its perfect habitat amongst the undergrowth of Christmas Island. That was until sails appeared over the horizon and ships arrived on the remote shores of its home. The visiting sailors found that the rat had no fear of man. Indeed, the rat appeared fascinated by the glow of lamplights, and approaching them, its inquisitive and naive nature took it dangerously close to what it would learn to fear the most. Unfortunately for all the indigenous animals on Christmas Island, discovery of phosphate deposits brought a flood of ships from abroad. Surprisingly, the immediate effect on the island's habitat was limited. The lush and dense vegetation that the bulldog rat so relied upon was kept relatively intact. Only a few roads forged inland to service the small phosphate mines. However, the bulldog rat suddenly started to disappear. In 1887 it was considered abundant, but within only 2 years it was rare. So what had happened? The clue was in the large number of ships arriving on Christmas Island. It only took one to unload the deadliest of invasions, Rattus rattus, commonly known as the roof rat. This skillful climber mastered the ship's ropes with ease, quietly disembarking like a mist. It silently spread and colonized every inch of its new home. Rattus rattus is not a gentle vegetarian. These carnivorous rats were armed with something else besides sharp claws and teeth, killer microbes in the form of epidemic diseases. Just as in the 14th century, black rats had brought the bubonic plague to Europe, wiping out 1/3 of the human population, it is likely that the roof rat also carried epidemic viruses. These were fatal to the isolated island species that had evolved without the need for natural immunities. The bulldog rat didn't stand a chance. Their numbers were wiped out by an invisible wave of death, like the human population during the bubonic plague. The bulldog rat's immense size and weight was no match for its cannibalistic and diseased cousin, and as the 19th century drew to a close, so did the short and vicious battle of the rats on Christmas Island. The invaders were triumphant, taking only 6 years to complete their task. By 1900, the bulldog rat on Christmas Island was gone. Only found on this remote and tiny patch of earth, it can never be replicated. Its unique form lost forever.